Hello, lovely human. Welcome to the Little Flower. If you haven't been here, my name is Krista, and I use the presence and essence of flowers along with the tarot to deliver messages to help you align to your most authentic and abundant nature and path. So for today's reading, the prompt that came through is no flowers without rain showers. So what blessings are coming from this difficult cycle? So we're just doing a 5-card tarot pull today, but these readings are intended to be little punches of insight that will truly permeate your being and help you to find hope on the journey you're on, to find the light at the end of the tunnel. And let's just get right into it. So go ahead and choose group number 1, group number 2, or group number 3, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to the Little Flower. If you haven't been here, I'm Krista. I use the presence and essence of flowers, not towers. Wouldn't that be crazy if you had the tower card in there? Of flowers, along with the tarot, to deliver messages to help you align to your most authentic and abundant nature and path. So for today's reading, the prompt that came through is no flowers without rain showers. What blessings are coming from this difficult cycle? So I'm only pulling 5 tarot cards, but I intend for these readings to still pack quite a punch, to be soulful, to truly help you through a time when you need to find a spark of light or a spark of hope, find the light at the end of the tunnel when you're going through kind of murkier times or heavier times. So let's go ahead and just see what we have. You chose group number 1 with the Fuchsia Gerbera daisy. So these daisies are, well, daisies in general, I think are symbolic of childlike joy. And this color in particular is my color, my sign for your uniqueness, like the essence of who you are, like standing out in a crowd. So let's go ahead and see what let's do channeled messages from the flowers today. So let's see what this lovely Gerbera daisy has to say to you. Gerbera daisy, what do you have to say? Oh, group number 1, like the energy of group number 1, the number 1 is coming through this Gerbera daisy. She is saying your new beginning awaits you. I promise you it is all worth it. It really is. And true healing is possible. You're coming out to the other end of the cycle feeling more yourself than you've ever felt before. Feeling more healed, more whole, more integrated, and more aware, more humbled and at peace, more present with the world around you, with your loved ones. You're coming out of this cycle enlightened, aware, and at peace with all that has transpired, and at peace with exactly where you're at in your life, as it is. You are finding joy in the moment, love in the moment, pleasure in the moment, and you're finding a sense of slowness and softness and presence. Life is about to be sweet, joyful, and simple. All right, beautiful message from the daisy here. So I'll put your daisy right over here. I also, with these daisies, since they tilt, I like to use crystals to hold them upright. And I never do this, but I never really think like, oh, maybe these crystals are symbolic for the group. Usually I'll just set them aside. But you have a serpentine crystal, a tiger's eye, yellow tiger's eye, and an emerald. This is very much like root chakra, solar plexus, and heart chakra. The serpentine is making me think of the Kundalini and just like your energy pathway from the root up. Emerald is an amazing crystal for heart healing and for... I know that when I'm having a really hard emotional time, emerald is the crystal I go to. I hold it to my heart, and for some reason it's like a comforting mother energy. Like it just comforts the heart. And then tiger's eye is this bold, passionate, go-getter energy. So I will keep those in mind and set them right here to kind of be a presence as well during our reading. So let's get your 5 tarot cards from the Tarot Flora. So your first card is the 4 of Swords, a card of rest. Your second card is the Hierophant, number 5. Your third card and your central card is the Page of Wands. Your fourth card is the Two of Pentacles. And you also have the Hermit, number 9. So I can tell why the energy, the message from the flower was speaking of you're entering into a time of simplicity and stillness and joy. It feels as though you're coming out of it a time when there was a lot going on around you, a lot of distractions. Maybe you had a lot on your plate and it felt a little overwhelming and you felt like you couldn't truly like harness in and focus and, truly like align to an energy that felt right. It almost feels like frenetic and it feels like there's just too much going on. Like it's like you can't find a moment of peace. You can't find a moment of stillness. And it's like you don't even really know what voices in your mind are your own or what are external influences. Because, yeah, it feels like I'm feeling like static energy all around. It's interesting that you have both the Hierophant and the Hermit, because the Hierophant is an external authority and the Hermit is going within and finding your truth within you, your light within you. I wonder if that's been part of the conflict. Maybe there's been a conflict between your heart and what the external world or those around you have been impressing upon you. But either way, and also even with the Page of Wands, like the Page of Wands is like a spark of inspiration. It's someone who's starting something new and who's following an insight, but it could still be like he's not the Knight of Wands who just charges forward confidently. He's not the Queen or King of Wands who are steady and rooted in their fire, in their light, and who are like more of a leader and more empowered and more rooted in that light and in those sparks of inspiration and in the why behind what they're doing. He's a beginner. And so I could see maybe if you've been growing something in your life or moving towards something in your life that's a little bit unique to you, and it's kind of like, it feels like forging your own path. And I could see how if you're on that journey, these external voices could throw you off and it could be a little bit difficult to get the ball rolling because you're questioning yourself along the way. But I see you moving into an era where you've created the space for stillness so that nothing outside, like you've created like a sense of sanctity around your own voice, around what you're doing, what you want, where you're going, what you're creating in your life. And you've just created a safety around that, and you've decided that it is worth protecting and it is worth validating and acknowledging even when other people aren't doing the same. And I just see you drawing a hard line around it. Like, no, I know exactly what I'm doing and I'm going to protect my path. And that's that. And it doing this is going to bring such a profound sense of relief to you, such a profound sense of calm and steadiness to you, because you've always known what you were doing. You've always known what you were creating and what you were walking towards. And now you have protected it so much and validated it so much that no external voices can waver your thinking, waver your inspiration, waver your progress. You're trusting your own voice moving forward. And I think with the Four of Swords being about meditation, taking time away, that feels like an anchor point for you. If you've been meditating more or just spending time this is cool. These are really cool anchor points on either side of the reading. There is the Hermit and the Four of Swords. I love those energies together. Time for rest, time for soul searching, time for meditation, time for energetic work, like doing energetic work to protect your path. Because it just feels like these energies here in the center, if you don't do the work, if you don't honor the sanctity of your creation, these other external energies could come in and kind of choke them out. And so you're recognizing that, like that tendency to allow those external energies to either slow you down, take you off course, or erode your inspiration. And it just feels like you are putting borders, boundaries in place around it. Like ultimately, it's like your inspiration. It's what you're really going for in your life that's unique to you. This could be like a vocation, a creative journey. It's going to be unique to you, but either way, you're putting boundaries around it, and you're saying no to voices that make you question that path, because you just know deep in your soul it's the path you're meant to take. And there's this feeling of, I've got this. All of my needs are met. I'm taking care of myself. I'm taking care of others. And this is a priority too. And like, I know what I'm doing, and I don't need anybody to accept it. I don't need anybody to validate it. I validate it. I validate it, and I move forward. So ultimately, that's what it feels like. I can kind of get why you have these crystals here, like the solar, like the tiger's eye. This is very like, I'm moving forward in my confidence, and no one can break me. No one can, like, eye of the tiger. Like, no one can intrude on this. I'm on a mission. And then with the serpentine, like, it just feels like you're aligned. Like, all of you is on board. And then that emerald, that heart space is, there's so much love there. It feels like you're moving forward in love. Even when external voices don't necessarily agree with you, you still have love for everyone around you. You still respect everyone around you. You don't accept, or you don't expect anymore for people to validate you, because you've validated yourself, and you don't need others to validate you. And so you can love others better when you don't expect, that from them. Because sometimes people are just where they're at. They can't see the vision. They can't see where you're going. And that's okay. It doesn't mean you have to cut them out completely. It just means you have to put healthy boundaries up and speak those into existence with love. And that's the feeling here. So you're doing amazing. I promise you, this is, if you've been feeling overwhelmed and like your voice has been like choked out, just keep honoring that voice, taking that time out. And even if it, like, honoring it, and just, even if you take this moment right here to just sit here right now, take a deep breath, go into your heart space. Let, like, the path you're on that feels, precarious, or feels like it's being questioned by the world around you, just go into your heart and say right now, I validate you. You are important to me. We're on this journey, and we're walking in this direction, and I'm not turning back, and nothing can stop us from moving forward. Like, I trust you, I trust you, I trust you. Like, trust in your dream, trust in your path, trust in your creative journey, trust. And just make sure that relationship with that part of you is solid, and nothing can come in the way of it. And soon you will be standing in the light of clarity and freedom, openness, hope, and peace. And you'll feel solid and stable in your path, and it'll just feel a lot clearer soon. But there will be these times of testing, not that the divine actively tests you, but I think living tests you, like old patterning tests you, old, like, relationships that see you as one thing and are uncomfortable with your growth, because it makes them have to reflect, it makes them have to shift their energy if they want to stay in a relationship with you. Sometimes this could be about boundaries. You could be asserting boundaries with people around you, and other people have to kind of deal with that. And if they want to stay a part of your life, they have to honor those boundaries. So it can be difficult to forge ahead with boundaries. It can be difficult, but in the end, it's much better, and you feel much freer, and you feel much more stable and rooted. So it's worth it. And most of the time, well, I mean, if someone has a problem with your boundaries to the point that they do something cruel to you, or they backlash, or they walk out of your life, then that person was supposed to walk out. I'm not saying that's going to happen for you. I think most of the time people can have the capacity, like, it's good to give people credit, and to know that they can have the capacity to take in what you're saying, to have a conversation with you, even if they initially feel triggered. Like, it can be worked out, but again, in some cases, it is the former, not the latter. It is like the the situation where someone can't respect and honor your boundaries and they gotta go. So it's just kind of intense in this period, but I promise you it's worth it. Stick to your guns, speak your boundaries with love, and all that's meant to fall away will fall away, and all that's meant to stay will grow with you. So lovely reading. Thank you so much, group number 1. It's an honor to channel for you. If you want to learn more about the many ways I can support you, stick around to listen to this beautiful outro, and I hope I see you in another reading. If you'd like to be supported more deeply through powerful energy healing transmissions that serve as monthly anchor points to keep you grounded and aligned to your most fulfilling path, along with access to a growing collection of exclusive soulful pick a flower readings, I'd be honored to have you in the sacred space of the Little Flower Patreon. My intention is for this space to be a spiritual lifeline to healing, clarity, and soul alignment. A sacred container that leaves you feeling free and safe to unfold into your most authentic and abundant nature. Each month in the Wellspring membership, I channel a theme or prompt for 2 new Pick a Flower readings, with one of those readings laying the foundation for what emerges in the infinite prayer. Using Reiki, prayer, intuitively guided affirmations, and a belief in miracles, I offer a new, powerful transmission each month. With the Overflow membership, receive everything in Wellspring, plus access to every new extended infinite prayer session drawn from monthly YouTube readings from October 2025 on. Click the link in the description box below if you feel called to explore. Feel free to like, comment, drop a flower emoji, or subscribe to The Little Flower. You may browse single infinite prayer transmissions, check out my adorable merch featuring my bee and flowers logo with the phrase, "Hello, lovely human," and leave me a tip or buy me a coffee if you feel called to. Last but not least, I have another YouTube channel called Soul Hearken, my heart and soul in video form. I'd be honored to have you over there as well. Everything you'll need is listed in the description box below. With so much gratitude, I send you prayers of happiness, peace, health, and wealth. You are honored and loved. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to The Little Flower. If you haven't been here, I'm Krista, and I use the presence and essence of flowers along with the tarot to deliver messages to help you align to your most authentic and abundant nature and path. So for today's reading, the prompt that came through is no flowers without rain showers. What blessings are coming from this difficult cycle? So you chose group number 2 with they're all Fuchsia Gerbera daisies. Gerbera daisies are symbolic of innocence, joy, like a childlike nature, play. And the fuchsia color for me is representative of your uniqueness, of standing out in a crowd, of just simply being yourself in all of your color and all of your light. And we are doing channeled messages from the flowers. So let's go ahead and see what this lovely Gerbera daisy has to say to you. Go, be free, be alive. Give yourself the freedom you've been yearning for. It's okay to step outside of the box. It's okay to take a leap of faith. It's okay to go your own way, to do something different. Your journey is blessed, and the divine blesses your request to live life simply for you, to live in joy, to live in play, to live in freedom. It is okay to do something that means nothing. It is okay to do something that achieves nothing, to do something purely for yourself because you love it. Go, be free. All right. Interesting. Aw. That's interesting. So, yeah, you definitely need to be told it's okay to have fun and it's okay to be joyous, and you're safe in that. Maybe some of you grew up with strict parents. It almost feels like someone who's afraid to go and just be free for the sake of being free. And like if it's not something that achieves something, or something that's like moves you forward or productive. I couldn't think of the word productive for some reason. Just doing something for the sake of doing something. like I'm seeing someone, like, when you're little and you just sit in the grass and you're picking flowers and you're like tying them together, or, you just do things because you're curious and you're just a little playful, and you're like, let's blow this dandelion, or let's like, look at these vines, let's make a necklace out of these vines. I mean, not everybody's had that childhood experience, but that's the feeling I always had when I was a kid. It was like we had nothing to do, so it's like go outside and just kind of play around. I remember there was this thorn thicket behind my house, and it wasn't like too tight, so I called it, it was like a playful thing. It was so funny. It was the thorns of death, and I climbed through it just to like be brave and climb around. And then I did it so many times that I knew the pattern. I knew like the pathway to get through the thorns. And probably not the safest thing to do, but I was safe. I cared. I made sure I didn't get, pricked by the thorns. Anyway, you are safe to just be in your childlike free spirit, and you apparently need to be told that. So this is something new I've been doing. Sometimes when I have daisies like this, I use crystals to hold it up so you can see the whole daisy. And I'm going to start, I picked random crystals, and maybe they're symbolic to you. So we've got a clear quartz, which is like a power healer, an amplifier. We've got carnelian, which is for the sacral chakra, your connections, intimacy, your art. And then this one, I'm not 100% sure, but it's looking like some sort of like a moss agate. It's making me think of the earth. So we're gonna go with moss agate. Either way, it's making me think of Mother Earth and her healing powers. And so we'll keep those in mind, and maybe some of those are symbolic, or you feel called to reach for one of those types of stones in your life. But let's go ahead and get into your tarot. So I pulled 5 tarot cards today from the Tarot Flora. And your first one is, this is seriously so accurate for that energy that just came through. I'm so excited. So the sun is the energy of your joyous childlike nature, is the energy of you being all of you in broad daylight, in the light of day. Like the sun card a lot of times is like a naked toddler on a on a horse in the sunlight, and it's that feeling of being like free and all of who you are, unashamed, unabashed, and just running around in the daylight being yourself. And your authentic, like your most authentic self. It's like a feeling of knowing yourself without using your mind. Like it's hard to put into words. It's like when you are a kid, you don't question who you are. You don't try to label who you are. You just are. And it's that feeling. I think that's the energy that you're moving into. I think that's the blessing that's coming at the other side of, the rain showers that you're walking through now. We also have the High Priestess, another major arcana. Wow. We have the 5 of Swords, another major arcana, the World, and the 6 of Wands. Okay. The World and the 6 of Wands together feels like the achievement of victory, like something coming to fruition, and there's some sort of victory. But it's like the 6 of Wands a lot of times makes me think of a victory in your work and your vocation, in a creative endeavor, like being seen for something you've offered the world. So this is a powerful moment for you, a powerful moment to shift some energies in your life. I believe you're stepping into a victory or success when it comes to what you're basically, like the service you offer the world, like what you are offering. And that oftentimes comes with, it's your vocation. It's how you make money in the world. There's a victory happening there. And you're achieving a milestone, a huge milestone in your life. And you're being honored and recognized for what it is, because it's so true to you. It's so true to what the world needs. It's beautiful. But we have this 5 of Swords in the center of your reading. And 5 of Swords is a harsh inner conflict. Like it's something, it's turmoil. Like it's something it almost feels like in all this beautiful energy that's laid out in front of me, the 5 of Swords is this thing that looks like it's kind of marring it a little bit. And it feels like something that's getting in the way of you fully embracing your new beginning, fully embracing the fruition of a long-held dream. And we want to address that. So I feel like the answer is kind of more over here in the Sun and the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is a card about, I mean, this is giving me this like ancient wisdom. This is giving me a vibe of the answer lies within you. The High Priestess is about your intuition. It's about, well, this card in particular is very interesting. The imagery on it and like the crown. It looks like a pope crown almost on this this kind of like humanoid being that has wings, but it has a human head, wings, and like a beastly body, like like a dog or a wolf body. And so it's giving like heaven and earth and humanity all wrapped up into one. And there's an open book, it's got an open book there. And there's something here about realigning what it means to be human for you moving forward. What it means to be on this planet, to be a part of things, what really matters, and like why we're here. There's this feeling of recognizing that up until this point, you may have put, I looked up in the camera timer, said 10:01. That's like a mirroring energy, and ones are new beginnings. But it feels like you've put success and victory as your number one priority, as like an identifying factor of who you are. And it feels lopsided. It feels like that's causing inner friction, because who you truly are is the Sun energy. That is more you. Oh, and then these people have the same blue wings that this High Priestess has. The Sun energy, that childlike, innocent nature that simply is, that doesn't need ego or intellect to label it something. It just is. It just is free in essence. That's more who you are than your vocation, than the service you're offering the world. Then like that's more important and more profound than what you do and what you achieve. And so I kind of feel like there's an imbalance, and that's what's causing your inner confliction. I think the imbalance is that you're not recognizing and honoring that childlike part of you that just wants to exist for the sake of it, and just wants to be free and play and fun and have no worries of something being productive, have no worries of something getting somewhere. That's just marring the joyful experience you're meant to have while you're here. And I'm not saying it's all joy and it's meant to be like that, because of course not, because being human, a part of it is walking through pain, a part of it is evolving, a part of it is achieving and taking in like being of service and giving and being productive and changing the world and being successful and enjoying and reaping the benefits of your success and of like the fruits of your work. And of course that's part of it, but it's not all of it. And it's actually lesser than this other part of you that just wants to embrace joy for the sake of it. It's lesser than, I'm telling you that right now. The part of you that wants to embrace joy for the sake of it is needed to embrace the successes and victories that are coming your way in your life. So my advice for you right here and right now is to feed that part of you. And if you don't know how, it's to spend some time in the presence of your inner child. It's to, there are many ways you can do that. You can color in a coloring book, like doing something literally just that has no ends, to it. Like coloring in a coloring book, jumping rope, like what sounds fun to you. Like for me, like randomly, like a month ago, I wanted to start crocheting. Or no, it wasn't crocheting. It's embroidering. I don't know why I said crocheting. But I wanted to do embroidery. And I just randomly bought a book and just started doing embroidering because it sounded fun. And I'm not like planning on, I might get good at it. But it was just for the sake of, I feel like doing this. I don't even care if it goes anywhere. Like this sounds fun. What kind of whims come through? I think honoring those whims and really giving them some energy, is going to be good balance for you, so that when these, I'm telling you, you've got some success and victory on the horizon. You've got, like, I feel like I just see you having something you've been working towards for so long. And there's just this feeling of take a minute to breathe and to honor the part of you that matters even more than that before you move into that, because you're going to understand why once you start doing that. And actually this part of you needs tending to for the rest of your life. And maybe part of you has said, oh, I'll tend to that part of me when I achieve this. But no, you need to tend to that part of you now, so that when you achieve this, they are on board and are able to fully, like, that part of you that feels true joy is able to take in what you've achieved and really truly feel the light of it and the joy of it. So, okay. Yes. Anything else? I think that was your message, group number 2. We're going to go with that. If you have any, I don't know why I'm going to be like, if you have any questions, put them down below. Feel free to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I have a plethora of ways I can support you, including my Patreon, infinite prayer sessions. Go ahead and listen to my outro if you want to know more, and I hope I see you in another reading. Thank you so much. Bye. If you'd like to be supported more deeply through powerful energy healing transmissions that serve as monthly anchor points to keep you grounded and aligned to your most fulfilling path, along with access to a growing collection of exclusive soulful pick a flower readings, I'd be honored to have you in the sacred space of the Little Flower Patreon. My intention is for this space to be a spiritual lifeline to healing, clarity, and soul alignment. A sacred container that leaves you feeling free and safe to unfold into your most authentic and abundant nature. Each month in the Wellspring membership, I channel a theme or prompt for 2 new Pick a Flower readings, with one of those readings laying the foundation for what emerges in the infinite prayer. Using Reiki, prayer, intuitively guided affirmations, and a belief in miracles, I offer a new, powerful transmission each month. With the Overflow membership, receive everything in Wellspring, plus access to every new extended infinite prayer session drawn from monthly YouTube readings from October 2025 on. Click the link in the description box below if you feel called to explore. Feel free to like, comment, drop a flower emoji, or subscribe to The Little Flower. You may browse single infinite prayer transmissions, check out my adorable merch featuring my bee and flowers logo with the phrase, "Hello, lovely human," and leave me a tip or buy me a coffee if you feel called to. Last but not least, I have another YouTube channel called Soul Hearken, my heart and soul in video form. I'd be honored to have you over there as well. Everything you'll need is listed in the description box below. With so much gratitude, I send you prayers of happiness, peace, health, and wealth. You are honored and loved. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to the Little Flower. If you haven't been here, I'm Krista, and I use the presence and essence of flowers along with the tarot to deliver messages to help you align to your most authentic and abundant nature and path. So for today's reading, the prompt that came through is no flowers without rain showers. What blessings are coming from this difficult cycle? So I just want to give you clarity. I want to give you advice to help you move out of a difficult cycle. And I want to give you a sense of hope and light at the end of the tunnel. And you chose group number 3 with they're all Fuchsia Gerbera daisies. And Gerbera daisies are symbolic of childlike innocence, joy, and play. And the color fuchsia is representative of your unique charm, your unique self, the person that you are. That is like something, an essence of you that is only you and can be no one else, the uniqueness of you. That's the energy. And we're going to get a message from the purple carnation, or the purple Gerbera daisy, and let's go ahead and see what she has to say to you. The light truly is at the end of the tunnel, and you are here. You're at that point where you're peeking your head out of the cave, out of the tunnel. And you see all that is in front of you. You see a beautiful new horizon. You're looking over like an entire beautiful town on a river with mountains. You're up on a cliff. You're still in the cave, but you're peeking your head out and you see it all. And part of you thinks, is this really possible? Is this really meant for me? And I'm here to tell you, yes, it is meant for you. Honor the darkness, the places where you've been, thank them, and move forward into this new dawn. It is your time. All right, beautiful. So energetically, I know where you're at. You're at the light at the end of the tunnel. You're just working up the courage to step into it. So we have a couple crystals here that I use to help hold up the flowers. So I like to I want to take a nod to them just so that you, in case these crystals mean something to you. So this one, I believe, is aquamarine. It's either Larimar or aqua. I want to say aquamarine. So maybe Larimar is symbolic too. And then this one is a white calcite. So they're giving me they give me like a gray foggy energy when I first saw them. And I thought, oh, I wonder if it's been murky, or I wonder if there's been some like foggy energy you've been stepping through, but we'll see. We'll get into your cards. So the Tarot Flora is what I'm pulling 5 cards from today. And your first card is emotional fulfillment, 9 of Cups, like a wish come true, a dream come true. I think you're looking into a new horizon, and you know something beautiful is coming into your life, and you're like questioning it. Like it's something like a dream has always felt too good to be true, but it's not, So I think there's something we need to reconcile between like where you're at and like the reception of a wish or a dream in your life. Yeah, you have the 8 of Swords. That's literally the epitome of what we said about being at the edge of the tunnel and not stepping through. The 8 of Swords is feeling stuck in something and blindfolded, but the truth of the matter is that you've always had the ability to free yourself. And then we have the 10 of Wands. Burdens, overwhelm, that's what that represents. We'll keep going and see. And we have the Fool. So let me pull your last card. Ooh, and the Hanged Man. Wow, this is so perfect of that initial imagery that came through. The Hanged Man is a pause, like feeling kind of stuck in a pause, hanging there, hanging like waiting for something. And the Fool is your new beginning. The Fool is taking a leap of faith. It's something about this new horizon that's scaring you a little. There's something about like what you're stepping into that you feel unready. I think maybe you feel unready for. But the Fool hops into his new horizon with confidence and glee. So we need to get you there. We need to get you to that place. There's some burden you need to place down that's not yours to carry anymore. There might be, maybe there are energies around you that you've like people around you that you've like taken on some of their burdens, and it's time to free yourself. It could be something like that, but nonetheless, I do feel like you're carrying burdens that are not yours to carry. And the reason why you haven't stepped through that threshold into the light, into your new blessing, is because you can't, because these burdens belong in the past. They need to stay in, maybe they're meant to be someone else's burdens, and they're not meant, like you're not meant to be the one carrying them. In fact, there's a message here that if you are helping to shoulder someone else's burdens, whenever ultimately it's not serving you, it's not serving them either. There's something there. It could be like a codependence thing, but it needs to be severed. It needs to be broken. And you need to put yourself first in this case. Not always, but in this case. You need to put your growth and your expansion. You are group number 3, the number of expansion. You need to put yourself first in this case. Interestingly, the 3 minor arcanas that you got here are 9, 8, and 10, 8, 9, and 10. But I wonder if, with it being 9, 8, and 10, I wonder if you have to take like 2 steps back to move 3 steps forward to finally come to that completion, because 10 is a number of completion and new beginnings, and there could be something you need to do. So that's interesting. I just got frozen for a while. I'll edit out the pause, but I was just sitting here in a pause, and I'm like, what is this energy? Like there was just blankness. I was like on a roll. and all this energy was coming through. And then I was like, let me get a clarity card. And I kind of just lifted up the deck and looked at this random card. And it was the Knight of Swords in reversed. And Knight of Swords is like this, like really fast energy. And it being in reverse, it was like, felt like it was saying slow down. And then I was like, oh, okay, maybe the message is to take a pause. And you do have the Hanged Man here. And we were speaking of the Hanged Man, you being in a pause, like in something hanging there. But I wonder if there's been resistance to the pause and you actually need to embrace it. There's something here about taking a pause. Like if we're coming back to that imagery of you sitting at the threshold of the cave or the tunnel, ready to step out into the light, but feeling stuck in that darkness and like you're not allowed out or something. I almost want you to sit down. Like I feel like you've done a lot of sitting and it's like the back of you has shadow on it and the front of you has the light on it. And you're just like sitting there staring at it. Like, oh, this is what's meant for me. Like, you know, it's meant for you. But you just, it's like there's all this unfinished business behind you or something, or you're just not ready to cut the cord. It's so interesting. But I almost want you to turn back around and let the light be on your back and let the shadow be on your front and look back into the tunnel and sit there in reverence and honor for just how far you've come. And I almost feel like you need to acknowledge that, because I think that Eight of Swords is like, Eight of Swords being about feeling stuck or feeling like, I feel like because you're still in the tunnel, you feel like you haven't gotten far at all, even though maybe this has been a journey of 1,000 miles, you know, and you're finally at like 999.99 miles. And you think you've gotten nowhere because you're still in the tunnel. But you're sitting at the threshold and there's proof that you've gotten somewhere, yet you're ignoring that as literal proof that you've made it, that you've gotten this far. It's like you're saying, nope, it's not all here yet because I'm still in this tunnel. I haven't, like, you're not acknowledging what you just did. You're not honoring it. You're not honoring like the demons you faced in that deep, dark cave or tunnel. You're not honoring like the burdens you like carried and the work you've done, how many times you've had to get, like you've fallen and gotten hurt and you've tended to it and you've gotten yourself back up. You're not honoring, like I want to cry talking about it. Like you're not honoring how amazing you are and how far you've come. And I think there's a part of you that really needs to be honored in that space. Like that was all really hard and you did it. And you got yourself to this threshold where you're ready to step into the light, and that needs to be acknowledged. If you don't acknowledge it, I'm acknowledging it here in this reading. You've done an amazing job, and quit underestimating what you did. Even though it was messy, even though it looked crazy and murky and you didn't know what you were doing half the time, like, you know, it doesn't matter. Like, that's hard. The trials and tribulations of being human is really hard. And the fact that you've overcome so much is just so worthy of honor. So I think something you can really do for yourself is just sitting there with all of it, sending love, pouring your love into it, thanking it, putting down the burdens that aren't yours. And in that case, it does feel like there might be some like verbalization of boundaries, or just kind of a cold cord cutting that feels uncomfortable. There might be some of that, but you can do it with love. It's uncomfortable sometimes. I know, like, especially when someone expects something of you that you've been doing for so long, and then you have to stop. Like I think there's that energy there too. But you can do it. You can cut that cord. You can verbalize that boundary, whatever you need to do. But it's just time to honor yourself. Truly only you now. Do what's best for you now. Because what's best for you is truly what's best for everyone. Again, yeah, honor all of it. And give it a proper, like some of it is like giving it a proper burial, you know? Like a proper ceremony for your old life. and for that phase of your journey where you had to walk through all the muck, and for the person that's the fucking resilient, powerful person inside of there that got you here. You know what I mean? Like they're still in you. They're still in you. They always will be in you. This will make you stronger, more aware, more valiant. I heard, like, so much beauty to come from that, and so much strength to come from that. I promise you that. So yeah, again, I don't really know what else to say other than honor where you came from and honor where you're at, and then align to that new dawn, having done all that, having left behind the burdens you can't carry anymore, having honored and thanked your past self for everything they've done, having left behind the fears, the worries, the pains, knowing that true change and true healing has always been possible. And then when you're ready, find that aligned step into the new and take it. Alrighty, group number 3. This was beautiful. Thank you so much for being here. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment if it resonated, and listen to my outro to learn more about the many ways I can support you. Thank you so much. Bye. If you'd like to be supported more deeply through powerful energy healing transmissions that serve as monthly anchor points to keep you grounded and aligned to your most fulfilling path, along with access to a growing collection of exclusive soulful pick a flower readings, I'd be honored to have you in the sacred space of the Little Flower Patreon. My intention is for this space to be a spiritual lifeline to healing, clarity, and soul alignment, a sacred container that leaves you feeling free and safe to unfold into your most authentic and abundant nature. Each month in the Wellspring membership, I channel a theme or prompt for 2 new pick a flower readings, with one of those readings laying the foundation for what emerges in the infinite prayer. Using Reiki, prayer, intuitively guided affirmations, and a belief in miracles, I offer a new, powerful transmission each month. With the Overflow membership, receive everything in Wellspring, plus access to every new extended infinite prayer session drawn from monthly YouTube readings from October 2025 on. Click the link in the description box below if you feel called to explore. Feel free to like, comment, drop a flower emoji, or subscribe to The Little Flower. You may browse single infinite prayer transmissions, check out my adorable merch featuring my bee and flowers logo with the phrase, "Hello, lovely human," and leave me a tip or buy me a coffee if you feel called to. Last but not least, I have another YouTube channel called Soul Hearken, my heart and soul in video form. I'd be honored to have you over there as well. Everything you'll need is listed in the description box below. With so much gratitude, I send you prayers of happiness, peace, health, and wealth. You are honored and loved.